Regardless, being the primary leader of health, especially when it comes to feeding yourself and your family, is such an important role. It's also not always a walk in the park. So that's why I'm going to give you 3 strategies that you can use to help your family eat healthy, whether you are course correcting your family's current habits or you're preparing for your future family.
Do you struggle to stay consistent with healthy eating and just want food decisions to be easy, guilt-free, and sustainable? You're in the right place. Hi, I'm Chelsea, nutritionist and fitness coach who overcame restrictive yo-yo dieting and body image insecurities using simple nutrition tools, all backed by biblical principles. And now I help women like you find that same freedom with food so you can feel confident in the look and health of your body for decades to come. I'm ready to dive in with you. So grab that cute notebook you've been hanging on to and let's go.
I will never forget the day I decided to start eating healthy. It started when I was a sophomore in college, getting dressed, about to take my final exam before summer break, when I caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror. I did a double take, and then I froze. What happened? Where did these rolls come from? Is that cellulite? Do I really have a muffin top? It was like the reflection in the mirror was someone I did not even recognize. In that moment, a wave of shame washed over me, my confidence plummeted, and I felt disgusting, truly. And admittedly, I stayed there, stuck in that shame for a while, too defeated to do anything about it, until one day, the Lord told me, Chelsea, I made you for more than this. Don't miss it. And I was shook. I started thinking, what if I get to heaven and had never really discovered everything God made me capable of? What if I leave opportunities on the table because my body couldn't handle it? What opportunities have I already missed? And that was the day I decided the pity party was over and making changes to my diet was more than just fixing the imperfections I saw in the mirror. It was obedience to what God has called us to do, to be ready at any moment for His call. It's been 12 years since that life-changing moment, and I am still discovering incredible things God made me capable of and made for me. And the good news is, He has all of that for you too, my friend. I do not want you to miss out on God's plan for your life simply because your body couldn't handle it. Join me in The Sustainable Way, my one-on-one nutrition coaching program, so we can work together at making eating God's way your way, allowing you to discover everything you're capable of. Learn more about my coaching and even get started today at coachreign.com/nutrition coaching. That's CoachReign.com/nutrition coaching. And now, welcome to Nutrition for Christian Women. One of the most important reasons for learning to make healthy eating their consistent lifestyle with most of my clients is because they want to lead their family into health. Some are striving to stop generational cycles of poor nutrition habits and negative body image issues, while others just see the chaotic state of health around us and know how important it is. So they want to equip themselves with all the tools to steer their family in the right direction. Some of my clients have spouses and multiple children to nourish, while others are single, no kids, but are prayerfully waiting for both and striving to become the best version of themselves now so that they are fully prepared when they are blessed with a family of their own. Regardless, being the primary leader of health, especially when it comes to feeding yourself and your family, is such an important role. It's also not always a walk in the park. So that's why I'm going to give you 3 strategies that you can use to help your family eat healthy, whether you are course correcting your family's current habits or you're preparing for your future family. I have watched all of these methods be successful in various homes of my clients, my own included, so I know they work. Starting with strategy number 1, and that is to keep them involved. There's 2 parts to this. The first being, have your family involved in creating the menu. This gives them a chance to let their voices be heard, for you to gauge what they are liking and are interested in, and potentially give your brain a break from having to do all the decision making. Of course, boundaries are essential here. If given the chance, some kiddos, and even spouses, will request cookies and ice cream for dinner. So here's where you can make a fun game out of it. Let's say you are a family of 4. You, your spouse, and 2 kids. Perhaps this week, you ask your husband to pick a protein. Then child number 1 chooses the vegetables, and child number 2 decides on the starch. You can give them a list of ideas if that helps, but then rotate who picks what. And that's just one idea. You could have one person decide on the whole meal and then rotate. You could make boundaries to include colors of produce. I mean, the possibilities are endless here. The point is, get them involved in the ideation process. The second part is to get them involved in the actual creation process, whether that's helping wash, chop, crack eggs, season, stir, whatever is age appropriate and contributes to the meal coming together. In my own household, I've pretty much delegated all the meat cooking to my husband. In allowing him to choose proteins in our earlier days, we tapped into an undiscovered love of cooking and smoking meats, which is great news for me because now that's just one less thing that I have to take care of. And he will eat whatever vegetables and starches I make to go with it because now it's a team effort. In fact, with both of these, they allow your family members to have some skin in the game, which makes them far less likely to scrunch their noses and refuse to eat it. We love a good collab. Plus, it does wonders for family bonding and creating core memories. Side note here, I even had a client who implemented this with her retired parents so they could start eating healthier. Yes, it's tough to lead your parents, but it's not impossible. Which leads me to strategy number 2 for leading your family into healthy eating. This one is geared more towards those who are trying to course correct poor nutritional habits, the people who may already be seemingly stuck in their ways. A good beginner step to take is by making their favorite foods with real ingredients versus the packaged processed versions. For example, mac and cheese. I myself love a hearty bowl of bread and melted dairy, and I've learned that so do most of the rest of us, let's be honest. However, if you think about it, all that's needed are noodles and cheese with a little water. You actually don't even need milk or cream. In fact, the Italians have been making mac and cheese for generations. They just call it carbonara and cacio e pepe. Instead of getting mac and cheese from the box, either make noodles if you really want to be Italian spirited and make this dish as healthy as it can be truly from scratch, or buy high quality handmade noodles, cook them, and add high quality cheese. Use some of the pasta water to make it creamy, and even add eggs for even more creaminess and protein. It really is so simple. Again, this is just one example of taking an already favorite that's typically processed and recreating it with real food ingredients. This is something I help my clients with, especially as we get deeper into the coaching process, because they've felt what it feels like to feel good. So they don't want to sacrifice that. They've learned too much. They can't stand the thought of going back to the old stuff. But they, or their families, still want mac and cheese from time to time, or whatever it is for you. Know that most convenience meals only came to be because at one time they were a homemade staple. So getting back to that just takes a little shift in perspective. And the third strategy for helping your family eat healthier is actually to make mealtime less about the food. Some of my favorite memories as a kid was having dinner with my family, just the four of us at the table, telling stories, laughing, playing games, and none of those do I remember what we ate. Meals with your family are such exceptional opportunities to connect. Let your kids have space to express themselves. Strengthen the unit between you and your spouse. Glean wisdom and learn from your parents and extended family. I mean, this daily ritual has roots in the Bible. Communing with people we love is one of the most nurturing things we can do as people, emotionally, mentally, and physically. It slows us down so we can digest. It gives us a window to be grateful. And we know gratitude fixes a whole host of problems. So turn off the technology, ask questions, put a pin in the to-do list, it will be there afterwards, and leave space for making mealtime an experience your family looks forward to. I will never forget one client in particular I worked with on this. She reported back to me one week in our check-ins that her teenage daughter actually opted out of going to her best friend's sleepover because it meant she would have to miss dinner with her own family. She had asked her mom, "Do I have to go? It's more fun here and you're making my favorite dinner." How many teenage girls do you know that would openly admit to preferring hanging out with her family than going to her best friend's house? I'm telling you, these strategies can be powerful. So if you could use a coach's guidance on how to get your family eating healthfully consistently without all the fights and drama, I've got space for you in the Sustainable Way, my one-on-one nutrition coaching program. Together, we will come up with the perfect strategies that work for you and your family, even if you're still a family of one preparing for the future. You will be so glad you strengthened those muscles now once they do arrive. It's not just about being on a diet to lose weight or be thinner. This is about getting you confidence in your body and a lifestyle with food that is sustainable forever. Simply head to coachrain.com/nutrition coaching to check out exactly what's inside the coaching process, to ask me questions, and even get started today. That's coachreign.com/nutrition coaching. And I can hardly wait to coach you so you can lead your family.
I pray this episode was helpful to you, my friend. If so, could you do me a massive favor and take 30 seconds to write a review? This is the best way to bless me big and help more people learn just how simple eating healthy consistently can be. And if you want more value-packed info from me, head to coachrain.com and sign up for the Weekly Harvest, my weekly emails filled with recipes, how to use food as medicine, biblical nutrition, and more. That's coachreign.com for the Weekly Harvest. Blessings until next time, sis. Toodles.